There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmus. First, the headlines. Makinde swears in new SSG. Makinde thanks state workers, urges security consciousness. Iran warns it will retaliate if U.S. attacks, has hundreds killed in protests. Veteran Uganda leader hides new term in election amid secession talk. Barcelona dishes up thrilling 3-2 win over Real Madrid in Spanish Super Cup final. Now the details. Governor Makinde has sworn in new SSG during a special event held at the executive chambers of the governor's office, State Secretariat Agodi Ibadan, where the newly appointed secretary to the state government, Professor Musabau Babatunde, took the oath of office and allegiance administered by the permanent secretary cabinet office. In his address to your state governor, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, recalled that while preparing for his first gubernatorial campaign in 2018, he deliberately sought for the intellectual capacity of Professor Musabau Babatunde to develop solid policy documents and a workable development roadmap for the state, and noted that he played a critical role in drafting the administration development roadmap, describing him as a key member of a team that laid the foundation for the government's achievements. Governor Makinde charged the new SSG to foster unity within the government team, urging all officials to avoid internal conflicts and distractions and to remain focused on the mandate given by the people of your state. Meanwhile, speaking with newsmen immediately after the event, the newly appointed SSG, Professor Musabau Babatunde, pledged to ensure efficient and effective service delivery through improved coordination of government activities. It will be recalled that Professor Musabau Babatunde was announced as the Secretary to the State Government designate on January 5 before being officially sworn in today. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, has urged state workers to remain vigilant and security conscious as they go through the year 2026. The Oyo State Governor assured that the state government would continue to play its part in safeguarding the lives and property of residents, while also expressing appreciation for the sustained support and cooperation he has received from the state workforce. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Oluwapemi Bamidele was at the event held at the open space behind Oyo State House of Assembly. Here is the report.
Oyo State workers converged on the premises of the governor's office for a joyous interfaith program marking the beginning of the year 2026. The annual program was a moment of collective reflection as workers came together to commit the new year into God's hands with prayers and soul-lifting songs. Governor Makinde, in his address, urged citizens to report any suspicious activities in their neighborhood to the appropriate authorities, emphasizing that active public participation is essential to maintaining peace across the state. While addressing the recent tragedy of the Orire axis of the Old Oyo National Park, Governor Makinde confirmed that investigations still actively underway into the killing of 5 forest guards and reassured the public that the state is working tirelessly for its unwavering commitment to the welfare of all public and civil servants, noting that his worker-friendly policies have brought about significant positive changes that cannot go unrecognized. However, Mrs. Oni charged the workers to remain guided by integrity, accountability, professionalism, and the fear of God in the discharge of their duties.
Secretaries, as well as several executive secretaries and general manager in the year 2025 remains unprecedented in the history of the state.
In their various remarks, the Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mohammed Fadeyi, alongside the State Chief Judge, Honorable Justice Iyabo Yerima, the Secretary to the State Government, SSG, Professor Musbau Babatunde, charged state workers to recommit themselves to diligent service in the year 2026. They also commended the vision and leadership qualities of Governor Seyi Makinde, describing them as the key drivers of sustained progress and development being witnessed across the state.
I want to wish us a prosperous New Year 2026, and it shall be well with each and every one of us in the mighty name of Jesus.
The State Trade Union Congress Chairman, Comrade Bosun Holabiyi, vision and sincerity.
Backing of heaven. And when heaven backs a man,
Our State Council.
Excellency,
Also present were traditional rulers, including Alaafin Oyo, Oba Akim Owade, the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, religious leaders, politicians, and political appointees, amongst others. Oluwapemi Bamidele, Agidigbo FM News.
A social affair analyst, Comrade Femi Babalola, has criticized the Kaduna State government's decision to release 70 suspected bandits as part of a peace agreement. Speaking on Agidigbo FM's people-oriented program, Shokonwa, today, Comrade Babalola said the existing laws should be followed and warned that leniency might encourage more banditry.
Like I was saying, we have in one way or the other spoken about it, and we said that it is very wrong of the state government to swap the bandits with the terrorists. With those people that have been kidnapped. You know, we said that there is what the law has stated, according to the National Assembly, that certain group has been proscribed and they have been named to be terrorist group. And therefore, because of that, we are now saying that those people and those groups that has been named as terrorists supposed to be questioned within the ambit of law. So whatever the law says is what they're supposed to follow instead of swapping. To many of us who are watching them, we believe that by swapping them, you are encouraging them of whatever actions that they have done according to the stated law in Nigeria.
The social affairs analyst also expressed concerns that Katsina State's similar move could be seen as aiding bandits, neglecting citizens' welfare. A wave of political momentum swept through Ward 4 of Oluyole local government, Ibadan, as PDP member Lakers officially decamped to Accord Party during the Oyonkpiyo movement led by Dr. Abdurrahman Oriyomi Hamzat. The event, held at Muslim Grammar School, brought together party loyalists and community members in a show of support for the growth and influence of Accord in the state. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Abdurrahman Kodija was at the event. Oluwatosin Ologun brings the details.
A notable member of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Mr. Olasumbo Kazim, popularly known as Lascars, officially decamped to Accord on Sunday in support of the Oyonkpiyo movement. The declaration was made during a political gathering held at Muslim Grammar School, Oluyole local government area of Ibadan. The events aimed at strengthening the growth of the Ward 4 under Oluyole local government witnessed the support from members of Accord. The gathering also served as a platform to introduce Honorable Usman Ajangolo, a House of Representatives hopeful under Accord. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Laskas declared his full support for Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat, describing him as a rightful candidate for the Oyo State governorship seat in 2027.
Accord Party is not the hidden party. As I join the party today, East has come. Our leader, Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat, is a philanthropist who doesn't cheat on his people. Once he becomes a governor in 2027, we would enjoy him. I, Kazim Laskas, assured my people of Oluyole and entire Oyo State that peace is here. Oriyomi Hamzat is here.
Also addressing the press, Honorable Usman Ajangolo emphasized the strengths and relevance of the Accord in the political landscape, encouraging more people to join the movement.
I want to assure people that peace has come to Oluyole and Oyo State, that Abolore Foundation is ready to empower people in Oluyole, and please, let's tell our people across Oyo State to join Accord.
2027.
Honorable Laskas further called on citizens to register and collect their permanent voters card (PVCs), stressing the need for active political participation.
My people, let's use this opportunity to register for PVC. If you don't have for good 2027, let all of us be on our lane. Don't let us go to other party for better 2027.
In his remarks, Honorable Ajangolo announced the Accord membership cards are free, along with branded caps for new members.
Concerning membership card, I assure you that people will be able to identify you as a member of Accord because the membership card and cap are free.
The meeting concluded on a positive note with visible excitement and renewed commitment among Accord members. Oluwatosin Ologun, Agidigbo FM News.
Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Queen Hamzat studio at Agidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola. Conservative Party in United Kingdom has affirmed to ban under 16 from accessing social media platform if they win power, promising to follow the examples of Australia, which became the first country to introduce the policy last month. The party leader said she will seek to ban smartphones in schools. The party also wants social media companies, including TikTok and Snapchat, to use age verification tools to prevent underage from accessing their platform, although UK government is expected to issue guidance to parents around how long children under the age of 5 should spend watching TV or looking at computer screens. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson said about 98% of children were watching screen on daily basis by age of 2, with research suggesting that higher screen use in this age group has been linked to poorer language developments. Iran has sworn to retaliate if attacked by the US government. Iran Parliament Speaker has warned that if the United States should strike them, both Israel and US military with their shipping center in the region will become legitimate targets. The United States has threatened to intervene in Iran over the killings of protesters, but President Donald Trump yesterday said that Iranian leaders had called to negotiate. According to current events, most international news organizations are unable to report from inside Iran, while the government has imposed an internet shutdown since Thursday, making obtaining and verifying information difficult. And that ends the news from Queen Hamzat studio at Agidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back. We should also be moving to her Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Queen Hamzat studio at Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sawyer. Iran says it is prepared for war but ready to negotiate with the US based on mutual respect and interest after US President Donald Trump said Tehran called to negotiate as his administration weighs possible military intervention during widespread anti-government protest. Nearly 500 protesters have been killed and more than 10,000 people have been arrested, according to a US-based rights group, as the demonstrations now enter a third week. A communications blackout imposed by Iranian authorities has now lasted for more than 3 days. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni is expected widely to extend his 4-decade rule in an election on Thursday after a campaign marred by violence and clouded by questions about who might eventually succeed him. A former rebel leader who overthrew his predecessor in 1986, Museveni is now 81 and faces 7 challengers. He says another 4 years in power, his 7th term, would allow him to protect the gains of Uganda's relative peace and stability. The main opponent among its 7 challengers is 43-year-old pop star Bobby Wine, who won 35% of the vote in the last election in 2021 and has energized youth voters angry about widespread unemployment and corruption. Museveni has changed the constitution twice to remove age and term limits, and his dominance of Ugandan institutions means there is little prospect of an upset in the East African country of 46 million people, according to political analysts. That ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatose Soya.
Welcome back once again in the exciting world of sport. Barcelona defeated Real Madrid to win back-to-back Spanish Super Cup final in Saudi Arabia. The victory marked the 16th triumph in the tournament for an Flick's side, with Barcelona also beating Los Blancos in last year's final. Brazilian forward Rafinha floated short in the 73rd minute proved to be the winner after a frantic ending to the first half. 3 quick-fire goals in first-half stoppage time pulled the two on level terms at the break after Rafinha had opened the scoring, drilling into the bottom corner in the 36th minute. Late changes at both ends made for a nervy finale, with Marcus Rashford shooting wide when clear, while Alvaro Carreras and the Ferrol Asensio both shot straight at goalkeeper Joan Garcia. But Barcelona held on to secure a second consecutive title for the first time since 2011. This was the first Clásico Super Cup in a row, while all 3 of Barca's final wins on the Flick have come against Real 2 Super Cups and the Copa del Rey. German boss Flick himself has now won all 8 finals he has been involved in, including 5 with Bayern Munich, and for Real Madrid it has been a patchy season with 4 wins in their last 6 La Liga matches. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Makinde swears in new SSG. Makinde thanks state workers, urges security consciousness. Iran warns it will retaliate if U.S. attacks as hundreds killed in protest. Veteran Uganda leader hides new term in election amid secession talk. Barcelona dishes up thrilling 3-2 win over Real Madrid in Spanish Super Cup final. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear a hardship today. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo, 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmus. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information